things can't get any wilder with this election, they fucking get wilder. Oh my God. The list of what has happened just in the last week is insane. From the McDonald's visit that turned out to be completely fake, to the declassification of January 6th documents, to the John Kelly statement covering his horrible,
Oh,
horrible comments about paying for a young Latina's funeral. Oh my Lord.
I did
The
see that.
weird town hall that turned into an Ave Maria tribute with the swaying of the gross old man. We found out he has a secretary of retribution. To that, I say, what the
Wait,
fuck?
what?
That is somebody's title that if Donald Trump is elected, he will have a secretary of retribution. And this guy is already going around and making plans to round up all the insurrectionists. And by that, we mean people that hate Trump.
That's for real?
Yeah, that is for real. I don't remember his real name. I could totally look it up and post it up here, but that's some scary shit, isn't it?
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, that's real, but there's also a fake video going around of ballots being destroyed in Pennsylvania. And then you know what? Some actually did get burned. Somebody dumped some incendiary devices into ballot boxes and burned up some ballots that way. Then let's go to the big event at Madison Square Garden, everyone.
Oh, no.
Everybody wants to play the garden.
Ooh, ooh. That was
Oh,
so not just, I mean, it would be cringy if it was just, a stand-up comedian and his friends having a night, then it'd be cringy. The fact that those are people trying to put that particular person in office as the president,
yeah.
it almost doesn't seem real.
I can't believe that this guy was on
Oh,
stage doing his opening act. Horrible. I guess he had done the act the night before in a comedy club, and some of the things that were removed from his, that they didn't let him say on stage at Madison Square Garden were obviously in that act. I mean, some really bad, bad things, and you have to think that this was vetted. He didn't just go up there and surprise everybody with this. They knew exactly what he was going to say. It was on the teleprompter. So somebody got it, looked at it, typed it in. And so now Trump is just, oh, well, I don't know who that was. I didn't even hear it. Da, 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 da. JD Vance's response is that we just need to stop overreacting to all of these racist jokes.
is that his response?
Oh
Oh
my God.
no.
Are you
No,
kidding me right now?
what group is next? What group is next? Because there's
Well,
no
let's
loyalty
see.
there.
Yeah, well, he made a big giant swoop of all of Puerto Rico, which is going to kill him. I mean, talk about totally screwing up your campaign at the very last minute. And I just couldn't be more thrilled.
That part is thrilling, but what's scary is there are a lot of people that apparently agree with that sentiment
Yes.
and now feel like they should be, I guess, able to come forward with those sentiments. This is horrifying. What's next?
Yes.
What if that were towards African Americans? What if that
Well,
were
I mean, there was a watermelon joke in there. So there, we got that one in there too. I think there was something about Jews as well. So
oh,
he really just started flinging bullshit the second he got up there and I can't even believe it. I cannot believe it.
even
There was a
if this
guy
was a
that I
movie,
saw. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, even if this was a movie, like you're going through Netflix and you see this, Dystopia the musical or whatever, and you see a storyline with these things playing out, you would look at
Yeah.
that and you'd be like, come on,
Yeah.
screenplay writers, like
Yeah. Right.
one thing, but not all of these things.
All of
That's not
these
going to happen
things.
in real life.
And dude, that list that I was just talking about was like in the last week and a half. Oh my God. It's crazy. And with the whole thing with the comic, now he's not saying anything that's really all that different from what Trump says, like on a normal basis. but we've become so desensitized to him saying that we don't even, nobody's shocked when he does it. Thank God somebody else finally did and woke a lot of people up to what Trump says. Like, oh my God, he has just insulted an entire island. And there are more Puerto Ricans living in this country who have the right to vote than live on that entire island.
How
I
I
mean,
would like
wow.
to know, I would like to know what person who works on that campaign, runs that campaign, whatever, what person saw that and said,
Yeah,
ooh, this will be great. This will be a good
that's the
idea.
guy.
Is
That's
that
the
the,
guy we need for the rally in
what'd you
Madison
call him?
Square Garden.
The revenge czar? What was his name?
Oh,
What was he?
the hold on, where is he? Secretary of Retribution.
Oh, I mean,
Wow. Couldn't have
that's
happened at a better time. We needed something like this to explode the week before the election. Um, and hallelujah. Thank God. Thank God. Because the polls are still so close that I can't believe it.
I don't
Something really,
understand that.
I don't understand that either.
I, who do you
Well, they
remember?
call
Do you
it,
remember years ago when Donald Trump first won, and there was that emotional outpouring of just distress and despair and panic? Do you remember all that?
Mhm.
And I was one of those people back then where I was like, everybody just needs to calm down. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of America. You're gonna be okay. Okay. Now I feel like that is an appropriate response.
Yeah,
This is getting
it is.
scary.
It is. So he's losing a lot of groups voting wise, right? He's upset women. Now he's upset various nationalities and ethnic groups. Um, but the bro vote, it's the what they call the bro vote.
What is that?
Dudes, redneck dudes, if we're going to be really blunt about it. You know, I don't, it's not a very educated group, but maybe they need a message from one of their own, a tough guy, a
Hmm.
guy who you can't argue with him. He makes sense. Everybody loves him. I'm talking about Dave Batista.
Fellas, we gotta talk. A lot of men seem to think that Donald Trump is some kind of tough guy. He's not. I mean, look at him. He wears more makeup than Dolly Parton. He whines like a baby. The guy's afraid of birds. Donald Trump had his daddy pay a doctor to say his little feet hurt so he could dodge the draft. Look at that gut, like a garbage bag full of buttermilk. He sells imaginary baseball cards pretending to be a cowboy fireman. Guy's barely strong enough to hold an umbrella. I mean, look how he drinks water. Like a little pink chickadee. He's got jugs, big ones, like Dolly Parton. He cheats at golf. He creeps around beauty pageant dressing rooms. You know that little dance he does? He looks like he's jacking off a pair of giraffes. He's moody, he pouts, he throws tantrums.
No, get those lights off!
He acts like a 5-year-old behind the wheel of a truck. He bends over for Putin. He's cattier on social media than a middle school mean girl. The guy needs help walking downhill. Almost there, Grandma. So this November, let's stop kidding ourselves. Donald Trump is afraid of rain, of dogs, of windmills, Merle Streep, and being laughed at.
Isn't it past your jail time?
But mostly, he's terrified that real red-blooded American men will find out that he's a weak, tubby toddler.
Mommy, take me home. Mommy, I want to go home.
What's wrong, tough guy? Did someone grab you by the Boy, bitch.
Looking for by guys who can still see their own.
What I love about that video with Dave is that it seemed like one of those early 90s Yo Mama So cut down contest
Yeah.
things. My favorite one was he needs help walking downhill. That was good.
At the end, when he's doing all the stuff that Trump's afraid of, and he says Meryl fucking Streep.
Like, why did he say it? Was it just because it's
just
random,
so
or is there a
random.
story?
Like an old woman. I don't
Oh,
it'd be ridiculous if he's afraid of her. Oh, but Dave Batista to save the day, along with Jimmy Kimmel. They can't go wrong with a pairing like that. Excellent. Excellent. So here we are, 1 week out, people. We need to vote. If you haven't voted yet, please do so. I've already voted.
Mhm.
Jonathan has voted.
Yes, indeed. And I
We're
got
gonna
help.
get our-
I got help with my vote
and that's okay.
because it's like a Scantron, right? And you
Yes.
gotta know what you're voting, but you don't have to fill out all the questions. That's the thing.
Absolutely not.
I wanted to, so I asked people around me that I trust, and I took my sample ballot and I just kind of followed what was there. But I want to make it very clear that this is not like a midterm where if you don't know, just fill in a blank and guess.
Yeah, don't do that.
Leave it blank if you're not sure. The only
Yes.
ones you really have to care about, well, the first one, the answer is Kamala Harris. Okay, that's the
There you
answer.
go.
And then there were two others, Steph.
There's Amendment 3, which deals with marijuana. Vote yes.
Yes.
And then Amendment 4 gives women back the right to choose what they're going to do with their own bodies. So that's Amendment 4. There, you want to say yes to that one
Yes.
as well.
So Kamala, yes, and
Yes.
yes.
So get out there and vote. We'll be talking to you on Election Day, and
Maybe
fasten
from
your
my
seat
bunker.
belts, people. Are you going to be in the bunker?
I already have a bunker. I'm not telling you where it is.
I'm going to go get my non-perishable food and about 5 bottles of wine, and I'll be ready to go.
I still got all my stuff from the hurricane.
Yeah,
I
isn't
still
that
got-
handy? Isn't that handy? I don't have the wine anymore, so I did have to. I'm going to have to read up on that. But I'll be ready. It'll be me, Gary, and Pinot Grigio.
Oh no!
Oh
gosh.
man.
I feel like you ever seen those movies? What's it called? Where not The Scourge, where murder and all crime is legal for 24 hours.
Oh, The Purge.
The Purge. The Purge.
Purge.
I feel like I need one of those security systems.
I'm telling you. Couldn't hurt. Here we go.